Head coach Clinton Mylymok joining me right now. And coach, a split this weekend against New Jersey. Third period kind of got away from you guys on Friday, but Saturday you guys won in OT. What were your thoughts on the weekend?
Yeah, I think it's just the Friday was a bit sloppy. I told our guys afterwards and their coaches, like I felt like the Friday game was kind of what I expected against Northeast, like a lot of new faces and guys coming in last second and going to be a little choppy and scrambly and that's the type of game it was Friday. And I thought we just didn't get a few things at the right time, and I think the timing of some of the penalties, some of the goals they scored. We're counterproductive in terms of us. You give up goals, I guess, and to me, it's always the timing of a goal. What type of goal was it? It's always the big save, the timely hit, a good penalty. There are things as good penalties that your bench will kill, and ones where you identify certain players to stay away from when you take penalties on them. It's demoralizing, and that's where I thought we just the perfect storm the wrong way on Friday, and then Saturday just was another gritty effort, just find a way with these kids, and I give them a lot of credit. They did a good job with all the players that are out and all the players that were gone, and they never used that as a crutch. They just played.
What did you think about the guys who came in? I mean, David Van Iderson, you had
Yeah.
Dupree, and all the other guys coming in. What was your impression on them coming into a situation like that?
Hey, this is the beauty of it. I mean, here's your opportunity to come in and extend your visit. And that's all I told both of them. I was like, I don't know what's going to happen, and we're going to get guys back eventually, but extend your stay by how you play. And they both did a really good job the first weekend, and you saw some same things on the past weekend against New Jersey. I just feel like Dupree and Van Iderson have done a good job not exposing pucks. Like when they get pucks, they can hold on to it, which is important. They can hold on to it for a second or two to wait for help. The possession part, the puck protection part, those are great attributes to have as a forward, and I thought they were really strong in those areas. Obviously, producing helps when you help set up some goals and score some goals. It helps your cause, and I thought Boltnar was the other one where he was really good on the back end for us and was a very steady presence for us on both weekends. So they show some good signs, and it's a boost when you get guys coming in. They're not just on the bench, like they're on the ice. And you saw that against Northeast, where we just decided, like, why not give them a chance on power play? Their puck movement's been good. They're holding on to it. They're passing flat pucks. They're making plays. They're not scared of making plays. So that's how they got some power play time. And then they produced, and you're like, well, I guess they want to be here. And so there's no promises or guarantees, but all they're doing is helping themselves down the line as well in terms of how they play.
And on Saturday night, you had your Swedes get into it in a big way. I mean, Marcus Simonis getting a goal that he probably needed. Been a minute for him, and then of course Victor Manabrat has been solid on the blue line. Your thoughts on this? And Isaac Nielsen setting up the game winner as well.
Yeah, I thought the Swedes were good. I thought Marcus just played big. He's a big body. The goal he scored was to me, how he needs to play, which is protect the puck, drive to the net, and not many guys can handle him and cause problems. And I thought that was one of his strongest games he's played this year. He played a lot that game. And Manbrat is no secret. Like, get yourself into a game, play physical. And Victor, that was probably the first game in a while where he was physical. And he had guys chasing him. They weren't happy with him. And they were clean hits, but he was physical. And it's funny how the rest of the game kind of follows that. And that's what he has to do, because he does have an edge. I think sometimes guys get into a lull or a pattern of they just kind of, they're playing. They forget that emotion is part of the game. You want to have controlled emotion, but at some point, every player's got to bring some type of emotion to his game if they're not producing or playing well. Like, you can always go hit someone and get our bench going and get yourself going too. And I thought Victor did a good job, and he's got a lethal shot. He kind of showed both goals showed what he can do. One walking in, beautiful shot, walking downhill on the power play, and then the other one was just pure strength and just ripping the puck. And he does a good job of getting pucks through, and he's got a great shot. So both of them are supposed to be impact players, and they certainly were.
You guys have Philadelphia this weekend, last one before the holiday break. The thoughts going into it, what have you guys been working on this weekend to try to get 4 points out of there?
Well, we got the guys back from Youngstown, so just getting them back into the mix, figuring out some line combinations. We're not going to focus on Philly just yet. Tomorrow we'll talk about them. We getting these guys back. They've been gone for a few weeks, so it's just kind of getting some synergy with some line mates, some familiarity on maybe the power play, and then getting everyone back on the same page. And then, it's still an opportunity for Van Iderson and Dupree. They're going to play on the weekend. We've got guys out through suspension, through sickness still. So they're still going to get that opportunity. So it'll be just another weekend. Every game tells its own story, and every weekend, every opponent is a different story. So we're looking forward to it. Philly, they're a team that always gives us a tough time, and so it's our last two before the break. So we have nothing to save it for. We gotta empty those tanks.
Speaking of coming back, a couple of alumni coming back skating with you guys for their semester break. Dimitri Kebrew, Sean Gilcullen, Sam Stitz, Mike Ergo. What was it having those guys kind of in the mix and just seeing them around the rink again?
Yeah, it's always fun. I mean, those are the guys that help build this program. And then not just the last couple of years, but since they were 15, 16, they've been in this rink, been on this ice with this team. So kind of seeing them come back and get on the ice, and it brings smiles to a lot of the guys they played with last year. Obviously, they're excited to see them back on the ice, and the other kids that weren't here have heard all the stories about them, and now to see them on the ice, it's always kind of cool because they got their college stuff on, and that's where our guys want to be, and then they kind of see their habits, how strong they are on their sticks. It's fun seeing how much they've grown as players in terms of their strength and what they can do on the ice now after being at the college level. And all it does is makes the program better. It makes guys, you talk about it, after practice, what do you see out there? What do they do that's different? And they see it like, okay, like their details are really good. They shoot pucks very hard, and they know how to move pucks really well. So it's always fun getting your alumni back, whether it's on the ice or coming to a game to watch. It's exciting, and it's fun just seeing those faces, and that's a really, really important part of our program, is having kids that come back here and show their face, say hi, and are part of this. You're never, a former player. You're a former Black Bear. You're a Black Bear, and that's how we want it to be, and it only works if they come back, and it's great having them here.
Head coach Clinton Mylymok. Perfect. Wonderful. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
You bet.